Though this is a major hitter in the YA dystopia genre, Roth's Divergent Trilogy is frustratingly flawed on many levels. Now, to be clear, I'm not trying to compare this to an Orwell or Philip K. Dick. The ambitions of those writers and their audiences are obviously different. Here, my rating has much more to do with the writing, plotting, and character work within the genre on its own. What begins as an implausible but curious social structure as its start devolves soon into derivative versions of conflict betrayal patterns, which seem to cycle endlessly. Certainly, the entire social premise from books 1 through 3 is overly simplistic and fraught with unexamined arguments. There is very little to justify the atrocities the evil characters commit with seeming abandon, and their own examination of the consequences for their behaviors seems unreasonably self-deluded. In other words, nobody, our heroes or antagonists, is thinking very hard about anything. They simply align themselves inhumanely in limited concept philosophies, whether inside the city or outside of it. The result is a plot of polarizations, all or nothing stakes, and, to no one's surprise except the characters themselves, a lot of death. Roth has had a lot of support in the writing of this series, and plenty of time to parse together anything more nuanced, more complex. She did not. Instead, we get essentially the same plot over and over, sometimes 2 or 3 times in each book. And here it is. One group will plot to destroy another, but there is a secret involved. To expose the secret and save everyone, a covert operation must begin, but this will have a failed moment, usually due to betrayal. Fortunately, our heroes, after suffering some casualties, will succeed. They will grieve for a bit, and then they'll begin again. Because the society and the plot are polarized, so too are the motivations of the characters themselves. Each seems singularly devoted to one allegiance, one goal. Our 2 heroes are only minorly exceptions to this, but since they can't seem to break the dull drama of their own poor communication issues, we stop caring over much. In short, Roth limits her trilogy only to plot-level storytelling, where other YA novelists like Han, Cormier, Chbosky, Zusak, Yoon offer complexity and theme. Even Hunger Games wakes itself up enough to offer satire and social commentary at points. And this storytelling is enormously reductive to formula. Now, I give Roth praise for spending some realistic amount of time with grief and doubt, 2 very difficult topics to wrestle with. And her main character, Triss, strikes readers as largely believable and relatable in her responses to it all. But others do this, and far more effectively. And I'm glad to put this read behind me.